Ow. We're on the beach in Fiji, Lana. We have to use our fans.
Of course. It's so hot out here.
Of course. This is new and different, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Another thing to cover.
And you know what? I'm happy about it. Smiles.
I'm thrilled about it.
Smiles.
So,
I am not even mad about it. I'll take another thing to cover because I am obsessed with this show right now.
And we're going to talk about it. But hello, Islanders, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. I say something gay. Gay, I am drinking some pomegranate and blackberry lemonade today. And, of course, I'm doing it in my cup mug. Ew. And, Lana, where can you get that?
You actually can get this cup and all of our cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. And I'm looking at all of you around the world, Love Island franchise fandoms, because you're all over there. And we can ship this right to you. So get your cup merch, period. And by the way, I am Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I'm currently not drinking anything because I just had a big old cup of orange juice right before I came online. So I haven't drank anything. So I'm good though. And I'm just ready to talk about Love Island.
Love Island games. What? Huh? I'm sorry.
What?
Mm-hmm. Now you know. Lana and I are, very casual fans of Love Island.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot say I've watched a whole lot of Love Island, but the Love Island that I have watched, I've really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment that you put an actual competitive aspect to Love Island, oh, I'm there.
Count me in.
I am there. I am so excited for this season. We are here. It's so good.
It's already good.
It's so good.
Yes, it's a lot of episodes. Yes, it's a lot of episodes. Yes, it airs every night. But we're not going to be here every night. Every night. But we're not going to be here almost every night to talk about it. What we're going to do is give it a week. After every dumping, we will be back to talk about everything from the time we stop here, which is going to be episode 4, to the next dumping. So after every dumping, we'll come back and we'll talk about it because we do have a lot to cover on this channel and our other channel. So we don't have time to come back after every single episode.
Yeah.
But it's so good. I actually wouldn't mind doing that, but we don't have time. But we're going to talk about... I wouldn't
mind either, but we don't have time.
Right. I wouldn't mind, but we really don't have time. But 1 through 4 we're talking about today. So week 1 is what we're going to call it. And...
Or cycle 1.
Cycle 1, week 1, day, whatever.
Something.
But we're talking about it. And I think, honestly, we just got to jump in and talk about this cast that we got thus far because...
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's giving. But before we do that, make sure to subscribe because we're going to be here all season talking about Love Island games. We're here almost every day of the week giving you reality TV content here on The Cup TV. And we're here almost every day of the week giving you drag content over on The Cup Pod. So make sure to go subscribe to both of our channels. And yeah, let's dive in. Lana, my dearest, Love Island games.
Love Island games.
Now, you know... They weren't going to be able to have a Love Island games without our besties.
Without the best.
Justine. And I'm gonna skip to Sally for a second, but you know they couldn't have it without Justine and Sally.
You couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't. And then they really much are the stars. They not just come in and start this whole thing off.
They were there by themselves for like 15 whole damn minutes. Like,
what?
I was like, okay, sure.
Great.
I mean, I support it.
I was here for it. But Justine is here. Looking
my love.
Fabulous. I love her so much.
Yeah, her promo eats.
Down. She's good. Stunning. And then after Justine and Sally come in together, and Sally's looking stunning, amazing.
Now, when she started bringing up fucking Johnny, I was like, oh God. They're not going to do that to her.
I knew they were going to do it. I knew they were going to do it. Because honestly, out of everybody who was on that season, who would be the one to come back and do something as douchey as this? Johnny. Mm-hmm. I don't think Caleb would do it, but I know Johnny would do it. But Justine and Sally comes into the villa looking amazing. They're there for a while. And Ray comes in next. Now, we all know Ray from season 1 of Love Island US and his relationship with Cairo. And it was good. It was not good. It was good till it wasn't. And
they went on The Amazing Race, and then pandemic
COVID happened, and then they did not come back because they did not make it through the pandemic together. So there was that. But Ray is here, and Ray is open and ready for love. And I'm like, okay, Ray, let's see what you got. And so Sally, Justine, and Ray are talking, and obviously they know each other from being on Love Island together. On Love Island, not together, but the Love Island family.
Of course,
And Ray they asked Ray, is there anybody he's interested in? And he was like, I would love to see Imani walk through this door. My heart couldn't take it. She's beautiful. She's amazing. I want to get to know her. If Imani is in here, I'm just like, and who walks in next?
Cue Imani. I loved it. I loved it.
And she ate down in this promo too. Imani is stunning.
Something tells me maybe they had saved her as a bombshell originally. And because they knew that Ray was so into her, because they ask those questions. Like, if there were any other Islanders. Like, I feel like maybe she was saved as a bombshell. And then because Ray was so into her, clearly, they're like, just make Imani OG.
Yeah. And she looks stunning. She came in looking amazing and gorgeous. And she was beautiful. And she walked in and Ray.
Oh, what? He's just like, you could see the panic. You could see the panic in his eyes. Oh God.
I could not believe this was happening. It was like that out of body experience. Like, oh, okay. This is what I wanted, but this is what I would have wanted. Oh my God, I don't know what to do now. He just turned into a very confident, swaggy, down man into a self-conscious little boy. Like, I just see my first crush and I don't know what to do right now. And it was so adorable.
Yeah.
When I tell you, it was so cute.
Adorable. I loved it, honestly. But yes, then we got interstitially through this whole intro of our US crew, we also get our introduction to our UK crew that is starting out, and the first of them being Jack. Now, I didn't watch any of the seasons of anybody from the UK here. I've seen a couple seasons of UK, but I haven't watched any of the seasons of anybody on here. But Jack is very fine.
He's a good-looking man. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good.
And then I found out he wasn't a white man, and I was like, "Oh, did you know that, Lana?"
I did not know that.
Yeah, his I believe. Don't quote me on this, Love Island fans. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure everybody was talking about it online, and I'm pretty sure his father is from the Caribbean.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh. He's so beautiful.
I mean, I guess I'm going to have to do some research and find out if that's true.
If I can find the tweets, I'll send them to you. But I was like, oh, work. All right. And we have Toby. Toby's lovely.
Toby's adorable in a very adorable kind of cute kind of way.
Definitely that. We've got Curtis, who I'm a little obsessed with Curtis. I really like him. I might have to go watch his original season, honestly, because I'm like, he is giving personality down. Like, big fan of Curtis. We'll talk about what's happening with Curtis because it's all kind of stuff with Curtis right now. But
and he's a dancer.
Yes. And then Liberty, which means freedom, Lana.
It does mean freedom. Liberty does mean freedom.
Liberty indeed means freedom. It really does. I have such a soft spot for Liberty already. She is like, there's no one on this cast that I truly honestly dislike at this point. But other than the people I knew going in, Liberty is one of the people that I'm just like, oh, I want her to find love. Will she on this show? I don't know, but I want the best for Liberty.
I want her to find love for us because she really wants it. You know what I mean? Yeah. She really, really wants to find love.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, girl, I want that for you.
Yeah.
I want that for you.
I'm like, she's great.
She's adorable. Then Steph comes in from France. And I was like, and France. I was like, oh.
I love that we're going beyond, the big three for Love Island being UK, US, and Australia. I'm like, at least we're getting a couple of casting choices from beyond that. And I do appreciate it. I wish there was a little bit more. I'm going to be honest.
I do too.
I'm glad that we're getting a little bit more from beyond just the big three Love Island franchises.
Yeah. I mean, I think because, like you said, they are the big three. It's definitely always going to be more of that. But I would love to see more from France and Sweden and all the other.
You have to think about who of these casts actually speaks English. Because that is kind of the big equalizer.
That's the big thing. That is the equalizer. So I was glad to see Steph there. I thought Steph was so cute when he walked in. I was like, ooh, he's adorable. That smile is everything. But yeah, Jesus, Logan, I was still talking about Steph.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
But it's fine. He was good. He was great. I mean, his character is his character. It's fine. All right, now we move. Lisa!
I was just going to cue it with, and he walks in with Lisa, but...
Yes. He walks in with Lisa.
My opinions have changed on Lisa, so that's all I'm going to say.
Ooh.
That's all I'm going to say.
What was your initial opinion on Lisa?
I liked her. Originally, I was like, oh, I think she's lovely from Sweden. I think she's... great coming in, being this like Viking woman, whatever.
Great. And then she did some things that I was like, My opinion definitely changed on Lisa too from the moment she walked in to the time we are going to end this episode, talking about episode 4. And I was kind of hoping she would get done. But okay.
I was also kind of hoping she would be done.
But Callum comes in.
Welsh, but living in Australia, was on Love Island Australia.
And
I like him.
Yeah, he comes in with Jess. Okay.
Yeah.
And they have a history. We find out later on.
They were coupled.
They did not work.
No. It really did not work.
As Callum says, she's super jealous. And looking at this episode, I was like, oh, she really is.
Yeah.
Oh, she really is. She is that girl that Callum said she is.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. Because you know how when guys like, oh, she's crazy. She's the crazy one. She's jealous, crazy. You be like, girl, is it her or is it him? Is he making her crazy or is she just crazy?
I mean, I do like her though. I feel we'll talk a little bit more about it.
I got some thoughts about her.
I feel a little bit bad just as far as like the trajectory of the season thus far. But you know,
thoughts about her.
Yeah.
So our couples.
Yes. So we get our first challenge. So we find out from our host Maya Jama, who I'm obsessed with.
Stunning.
Might be a different host rotationally.
I think it might be.
So because we haven't Lana and I haven't watched episode 5 yet, but Ariana Madix comes in to presumably host the next couple of episodes. I don't really know. As far as all of the official things are saying, they're saying Maya Jama is the host. So I don't know whether it's like we're just rotating in all of the other hosts, which I think is a cute idea.
It's a cute idea to do something every now and then. Like, here's this host is going to host this challenge, and this. Yeah. But Maya's going to be the overall host.
And I like Ariana Madix, so I'm like, cool, love it. Cool. We're talking about her right now on Dancing with the Stars, so I'm like,
yeah, we are.
She is staying booked and blessed, and I'm happy to see.
I'm happy for her.
So we get our first coupling challenge, where the women have to compete in All Spies on Me. Now this challenge was dumb.
It was dumb, but it was fun. But I think all of Island challenges are dumb and stupid, but they're fun.
Because I was really wondering with this format of like everything is competition based. I was like, is this format gonna allow for like actual competitions, or are they gonna be Love Island competitions?
Right.
And I will say so far, I think it's been a really nice balance of actually like competitive challenges, but also we'll talk about the Dare challenge, where like that feels very
Love Island,
like meant to cause drama bullshit. So I'm like, okay, that's fine, but. So it's only the women competing in the challenge for the opportunity to pick first on who you want to couple up with. So they all compete. Most of them do a decent job. I want to talk about Sully, my dear darling angel Sully, because you at one point you have to run through this foam board.
It's like paper.
It looked like cardboard, foam board, something. And Sully goes as she's going to run through the board, and the board just bounces her back.
Oh. But I will be like, oh, Sully, if Jess did not do the exact same thing.
The same thing. Jess was really struggling in this challenge. She couldn't even get the balloons, the bombs diffused.
It was something. It was something.
It was indeed something.
But you know who did thrive? Lisa. The Viking warrior princess went through that obstacle course.
Shocker.
She went through that obstacle course like a mad woman, and nobody could stop her. She flew through those things. She found both the hearts in these dirty tanks where people were
wearing these wigs. horrible wigs.
Amazon wigs.
Yeah, because Justine goes first, and no one really knows what to expect. And then Justine loses her wig in the thing, and she's just like, "If somebody finds my wig, let me know." And then I love it was
Sally.
Wasn't it? It was Sally. It was like, "Here's your wig, girl." I was like, "Oh my god, I hate this."
It was so stupid.
But yeah, so this determines the order in which the ladies get to pick for the first coupling. Our first set of couples.
I didn't put that in order. I forgot about that. But Lisa picked
first. Justine, I do remember the order actually offhand.
I do. Really Lisa was first.
Yeah. Justine picks third. Third. Imani picked second.
Imani picked second. You are correct.
Justine only got Imani and Lisa got all 3 of the hearts. Justine and Sully, of course, the besties, did the exact same in the challenge. They got 2 of the hearts each, and then Liberty and Jess only were able to get one heart each. So Justine picked third, and Justine picks Jack. I love this couple. I'm going to be honest. I'm rooting for this couple a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Big rooting for this couple.
I think there's one other person in this house thus far who might look at Justine, and Justine might be looking at them. But as of right now,
and I don't know who I want her with more.
I'm like,
so spoiler, it's Curtis.
It's Curtis.
But like, I don't know who I want her with more. From both a competitive standpoint and a like love standpoint, I'm like, I don't know who I want her with more. I just want the best for Justine. That's
right. I want Justine to be happy.
I want Justine to win again. I want Justine to be the only 2-time Love Island winner.
Period. That's all I want.
So yes, Lisa picked first, and Lisa picked Curtis right out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Now I liked this couple.
I did
a lot.
I did at first.
Until Lisa going on some jealousy bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Lisa losing her goddamn mind. And
Lisa's like, Curtis is talking to another woman. How dare he? I am so disrespected. I've never been more disrespected in my entire life because he was cuddling me last night and now he's pulling other women for chats. I'm like, do you not realize what show you're on?
That's what I was like
I haven't watched Love Island Sweden. Let me make it very clear. But like on Love Island Sweden, I'm pretty sure it's the same sort of thing and I do understand her perspective of, and she even acknowledged it. And I did appreciate her acknowledging in her confessional being like, I guess that's why things really don't work out for me because if one wrong thing happens and I put my guard up. And I'm like, I get that and I understand that. But you're also on Love fucking Island.
That's what I'm saying. My whole thing is I was like, girl, you are on Love Island. This is what you do. And the fact that you decided not to talk to anybody else, that's your fault. That's your problem. That's not his problem.
You cannot penalize Curtis for talking to other people on Love Island.
It's the nature of the game. It's the nature of
even Imani and Ray are fucking doing that. And they're like already in love with each other, ready to go to the fucking hideout.
Come on. You have to talk to everybody. And Justine and Jack were like, yeah, we can and will talk to other people. That's just what we do. But we come back and say and be honest, if I'm feeling somebody else, I'm gonna come back and tell you I'm feeling somebody else.
And that's why we'll talk about another instance here in a second. But there was another couple other than Justine and Jack that I was like, I love the way they are maturely handling this situation.
Exactly.
It might be next in the slideshow. I don't know.
No. It's not. Toby and Sally.
So Sally got fourth pick. Sally picked Toby.
Because she wanted Toby from the beginning.
I love them together.
They're cute. I just need Toby to step up a little bit. They're cute though.
I need Toby to not target fucking Justine and Jack in the game. We'll talk about it. But
I was worth to punch him.
So Jess ended up getting last in the challenge and it left with Steph, which she even says in the moment is not a bad thing, but they go immediately for their first chat and Steph is like, well, you weren't my first pick. And I'm like, God.
But she told him he wasn't hers either.
I know. And they both kind of end up spiraling from that.
Out the gate, she was like, oh, you were my third pick. So he was like, well, you wasn't my first pick either. So
a couple of happenstance is what it is right here. But
Liberty and Callum.
It is because and I love the way that they're operating right now because they're still coupled and there's obviously still something between them and he still hasn't even really fully friend zoned her.
Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did.
But then he's going back. Sure. But then his actions are not matching his words there.
Okay. Here's my thought on Callum and Liberty. They are completely friends. They know they're going to be mates. They're not trying to look for love. They know they're not a love match. But they also know that they could be a good game match. So they're not trying to sever their ties because they're like, as long as we're together, and we're winning these games, we're going to be here. But we know we both got eyes somewhere else. And romantically, we can go look and try to, look, let's see how many couples we could destroy. And then we go stay together. So I like that about them because he is looking at somebody different. She is looking at somebody different. And
conveniently both of the bombshells that we've had so far.
Exactly. And they talked about it and was like, we're friends. We're going to be friends. We'll make sure. She was a little devastated because she really thought she had something. But she was like,
they had kissed. And then the next day,
he was like,
well, I think we're just mates. I do still think, though, here's my theory, Lana.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they stay partnered up long enough, I could see something re-sparking between the two of them.
I mean, friends could turn into lovers. That always happens.
I would like to see it happen. I want the best for both of these people. I really like them both.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't really care what happens necessarily. I just want them both to be successful because I like them both so far. But you missed a couple, my love.
I did. I missed Imani and Ray.
But Imani picks Ray. And Ray is over the moon. I don't think so, unless I think I didn't. I don't think I did. You didn't.
For some reason, I missed that. But Imani and Ray. That was meant to happen. Wasn't nobody picking Ray. Nobody was picking Imani. They knew better because Ray had.
Well, Imani had second pick, so.
Right, and she was clearly going to pick the one who wanted to be with her, which makes sense. It only makes sense. And it was Ray.
And he was through. It definitely helped that Ray immediately was like, well, I told Justine and Sully before you walked in, but like, I'm very interested in you. Like from the jump. And she goes, oh, okay, all right then.
Yep. I mean, why wouldn't you pick somebody who actually wants to be with you and could be a good competition partner for you?
Yeah.
It only makes sense.
So the couples are coupling first episode. We're not going episode by episode, y'all. We're just kind of
just gonna jump in there.
But at the end of the first episode, we get everybody by the fire pit and they're doing their thing. Maya Jama comes in and she goes, 2 new bombshells are entering the villa. But you don't get to know who they are yet. So you all have to blindfold yourselves, and they're going to come in, and they're going to make out with 2 of you each. And then they're going to leave. And then we'll talk about it later. But then we'll talk about the duel.
The duel.
The duel later. Also, I want to say here as well, I'm so thrilled that they have the Love Island UK narrator for this series because he is by far the best narrator for me.
Okay.
And I am obsessed with him. Like he's entertaining, incredibly funny. I enjoy him.
I enjoy him too.
So, but we've got 2 new bombshells entering the villa. And who are the bombshells? You might if you haven't seen it already, go watch the episode.
You might want to know.
Yeah. You might want to know. But
Johnny's here.
Fucking Johnny.
Johnny's back. And it makes sense for Johnny to come back because let's be honest, that is a very good looking man. I don't care how you feel about him. I don't care if you like him. He is a good looking man. Jesus. And he's back. And he comes in with a stunning woman in Megan from the UK. I'm
obsessed with Megan.
I was like, oh, wow, she's stunning. And this is why I like Megan. Megan is very honest about herself. Megan is like, I got fake boobs, I got fake mouth, I got fake nose, I got fake butt. I might be plastic, but I'm real.
Her confessional where she's like, fake this, fake this, fake this, fake that. I'm 90% plastic, but 100% real. One of the best Love Island lines ever.
I was like,
I'm like, come on now. Now, come on now. But yes,
they come in. If you go build up yourself, make yourself look like that because she looks stunning.
Yeah.
When she was walking in, when she was walking in and they gave us the back shot, and I was like, butt is amazing. Jesus, whoever her doctors was knew what they were doing with her. They had sculpted her to perfection.
But yeah, so they both get to come in. They ride in on a motorcycle, full leather outfit. I'm just like, God, I was like, in this moment, I was like, God damn, Johnny is really hot.
He is so hot.
He's so hot.
Both of them. I was like, Jesus, I would take both of them at this point. They were so hot. Jesus.
And so they both get to make out with 2 people each. Megan goes first. And Megan goes for Steph and for Callum.
Yep.
Neither of those are surprising.
No.
Now, what was a little surprising is fucking Johnny over here. Let me go back. We can look at his hot face. Because Johnny goes, and he goes for Imani first.
Not surprised.
Makes sense.
Then he goes for Sally. And I was like, you douche. Why would you do that?
I was just like, no, not Sally. Not Sally. Oh, fuck, Sally, no. I
was like, why would you do that to Sally? Like, and then 3 other girls you could have picked.
And then to make matters worse, after they leave, everyone takes off their blindfolds, and Maya Jama was like, did that feel familiar to anyone? And I'm like, stop fucking with Sally's mental health.
Right. I was like, this is not cute. This not cool. It's twisted, it's demented, it's not cute. And Sally is spiraling at this moment. She's like,
spiraling. She's like, it can't be, right?
Right. They wouldn't do that.
They would.
Yeah, they would. Of course they would.
Of course they would.
And I was like, that was the grossest move you could have made, Johnny. Like, that was so gross. You could have easily picked somebody else and then talk to Sally later. Like, that was so gross. You know how she feel about you. That was so gross. And that was so disgusting that production would make her go through that. So gross.
But yeah. So then, after they leave, Maya Jama lets us know that the bombshells will each be picking one of the partner or one of the people that they kissed to try to steal.
Yep.
Meaning that whoever they try to steal, their partner has to go into the duel. I love the duel. I'm like, I love it. I love it so much. The show is so stupid, but I love it. But yeah, so they have to go into the duel the next day. So, let's just pull up the big old graphic. Because now we've got everybody.
And I'll put them right by their couples. They're new couples too. Spoiler alert.
Oops. Well, whatever. So it's fine. It happens. Whatever. So we go to the next day. Everybody gets a text. We find out that Johnny is wanting to try to steal Imani, meaning that he is going to go into the duel against Ray.
Right.
And we find out that Megan is trying to steal Steph, meaning that Jess has to go into the duel.
Now, when Johnny comes in and Ray realizes Johnny is the one who's trying to steal Imani, Ray loses it. Ray is pissed. Ray is like, that was a bitch move, Johnny. You come and you go for the first you come after your US team to try to steal a girl. Like, that was a punk move Johnny. And Johnny is like, that's not what it is about. I came in, I was trying to get what I had to. He's like, you could have picked anybody else. You picked Imani, you could see who's with me. And he was like, he was pissed. And Johnny was like, you might be mad, but bro, it is what it is. I had to play the game. I'm doing what I had to do. They were mad. Pressed. Ray was pressed. Jess was sort of she was pissed. But she was like, not pissed because she really wanted Steph. She was pissed because she had to now go into the duel. And she did not want to go into the duel. So she was kind of pissed that she had to go into the duel.
Drink every time we say the
duel. You'll be drunk. But yeah, so she was upset about that. And it was interesting to see how they reacted to have to go into the duel.
Yeah.
So
we then skip to the duel.
The duel.
And Megan and Jess go first. And it's pretty one-sided.
It's definitely one-sided. It's not even close.
Megan demolishes Jess. I hate using that word, but that's kind of the right way to describe it. So Megan demolishes Jess. Megan then steals Steph as her new couple. And then Johnny versus Ray is a lot closer. They're going at it. Johnny gets the first 2 points, and then Ray gets the first 2 points, and then Johnny comes back, wins out 3-2. So Johnny steals Imani, and then because they both lost and everybody has to be in a couple, Ray and Jess become the new couple. And there was definitely a slide for this entire thing, and I forgot to mention all of them. So there's that, and there's Johnny and Imani, and then there's also Ray and Jess. So but yes, so then all the new couples are new coupling, and we see people pulling other people for chats.
Yeah.
We see, go ahead.
We see Callum pull Megan for a chat because he's like, I want to know. You kissed me, but then you don't pick me. What happened? And you mentioned something like Steph was a better kisser. And I'm like, I want to show you that I'm a better kisser. So he wants to mention that's what's happening.
Yep. And I mean, it's clear that, Callum and Megan have a lot more instant chemistry than Callum and Liberty do. But don't worry, because Liberty's going off, doing her own thing, going after Johnny.
I mean, Callum did pull Liberty aside and tell her that they were just going to be friends.
Yeah.
At this point, he was like, we're just friends. I can feel it. We have a friend vibe. Liberty was like, friend vibe. Okay. A little hurt, but sure, because you kissed me and everything, and now we're just friends. Okay, fine. Johnny Hager, hey, Jenny, and their chemistry? Instant.
But you know who's also going after Johnny?
Jennifer.
Jess.
Jess. Why do I keep calling that girl Jennifer?
I don't know.
I don't know why I call that girl Jennifer.
Jess is also going after Johnny. And it's clear that Johnny's a little bit more into Liberty than he is into Jess, because Jess, the moment Johnny's in the shower and Jess is just like, I've been waiting for you to get done talking to Liberty so you could talk to me. And then seconds later, they cut to Johnny and Liberty in the bathroom together, and then they make out. I'm just like, no. But I love it. But no. It's like, no. It's sick.
It was. The connection is obvious, and poor Jess. She just
Well, Jess also knows that Ray is completely enraptured by Imani.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like, there's
she has to do something.
She has to do something. She's got to make some sort of move here. So I get going after the bombshell. I feel like, unfortunately, for as long as Jess is in this game, I feel like she's going to end up being the one to go after the bombshells as they come in, which is like really an unfortunate position to be in from a trying to find love perspective, but also from a competitive standpoint. It's like you're working with a new person probably every single round. Like,
yep.
I feel for Jess, but we also get Curtis and Justine talking, and their chemistry is instant. And Lisa gets pissed.
Oh, she's so mad.
She is.
And Jess is up there stirring the pot. Jess is like, ooh, they look at each other. Ooh, she smiled at his face. Ooh, she got her leg up on his. I was like, girl, you don't shut up. I would be pissed. If it was me, I would be pissed if that was my guy. He's so disrespectful. He's so rude. Wasn't he just cuddling up with you last night? Oh, he is so bad. I was like, oh, this is Love Island.
Literally.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I'm just like, girl, we already did our rant about Lisa earlier. I'm like, I don't need to bring up the Lisa thing again.
No.
But I'm just like, and then the next day she goes to Curtis and is just like, well, don't expect to get anything from me if you are going off talking to other people. And I'm like, okay, Curtis, you need to go find yourself someone else. I don't know yet if it needs to be Justine, because I don't know whether I want you to be with Justine or whether I want Jack to be with Justine. Jackstein sounds better than Kurtstein. So I'm just like, God, I'm frustrated. I want them both to be with Justine. I'm praying, honestly, because I do think I like Jack with Justine more than I like Curtis with Justine. I hope that a bombshell comes in and Curtis is instantly there. And I hope that takes Curtis away from Justine a little bit, so Justine can stay with Jack if that's whatever Justine wants. I'm okay with it.
Right.
That's where I'm at.
I feel that.
We also got to talk about the Sully and Johnny of it all. Because they go at it.
I have mixed thoughts about that conversation. I gotta be honest.
And we find out that they broke up at a Cheesecake Factory.
He wouldn't pay for her nachos.
No.
After she paid for a whole trip to Hawaii.
I'm just like, no.
I'm like, it gotta be something more than just the nachos. We're not breaking up because he didn't pay for the nachos.
Exactly.
It's something else other than that. Y'all did not break up just because of nachos. And that's where my annoyance with Sully, because I'm like, you keep bringing up these nachos like that's the only reason you broke up with him. But then you're telling Justine he did so much to cause you to break up with him. What is it that he did to make you break up with him? It's not just the nachos. So don't sit here because the cameras are on you and say it was because you didn't pay for my nachos at Cheesecake Factory. Yeah. No, that wasn't it. And that's not fair to him either. And I'm going to play both sides, devil's advocate both sides, because both of you were probably wrong in the situation. Own up to your part of the situation. Because if he did something to hurt you and you didn't speak up for yourself and you allow him to continue to hurt you, and then all of a sudden, because now it built up, and now when he didn't pay for your nachos at the Cheesecake Factory, that's the last straw, and then y'all break up. It's more than that. It's more than that.
Yeah.
So in this conversation, for me, I felt like Sully was trying to make herself look good, which is what we always do when we're in an argument. We want our side to be right. We want to make ourselves look good and better. But for me, she didn't even let him talk, because every time she started talking, he'll start saying something. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I mean. See, that's what I'm saying. You're not even taking accountability. Give him the chance to do that, because he was trying to apologize several times before she allowed him to actually apologize. Yeah. And she was just like, "Well, this is what you always do, Johnny. You always do this." And I'm like, "What does he always do, Sally? We don't know what he always do because you won't let him say what it is that he did."
And they end up leaving us on a cliffhanger, and then we go to the next episode, and Johnny is just fully apologizing to Sally, and I'm just like, because I do agree with you, and I thought we might disagree on that, but we don't, because I really do think, like, I think Sally was trying to get her thoughts out there, which I appreciate, but also in this scenario, you need to let Johnny do the same thing, and I don't think she was giving Johnny the grace to do that. Again, we don't know the inner workings of what happened in their relationship, and we probably never will.
We don't need to. It's not our business.
Exactly. At the end of the day, I wish she had given him a little bit more grace to discuss his side of things, because I'm going to be honest, Sally came off as a little immature in this conversation.
Yes, a lot immature in this conversation.
And Johnny was just trying to apologize, which he did. And so I was just like, "Oh, Sally, girl. Like, I still love you, but, oh, girl."
That's what my thing. I was like, you have to give the person a chance to apologize. If that's what you're saying, that's what you want. Because she was like, I just want him to own up to his responsibility, own up to be accountable for what he did and apologize for what he did. But then you won't give him the chance to do that, because every time he starts to talk, you cut him off. So it's like, well, how is he supposed to apologize if you won't let him do it? Exactly. Yeah. In that moment, I was like, Sally, you being a little bit like a little brat right now, and I need you to say your piece, get your thoughts out, but then allow them to do the same thing. Just like you want him to listen to you, he needs you to listen to him.
Yeah.
But that's how relationship works. A mature relationship, they weren't mature. They weren't ready. And it's fine to say that we weren't ready. We're toxic together. We're not a good couple. But let's be mature here. I want you to, because he was like, I want you to be happy, regardless of who it's with. If it's not with me, I want you to be happy. And she was like, I want that for you too. Well, then let's just leave it here at this booth. I apologize to you for what I did to hurt you, because I didn't want to hurt you. She never apologized to him, but she should have apologized to him for what she did that could have hurt him, because I'm sure he didn't walk away unscathed and no hurt feelings involved in their relationship. So, but they could have easily just left it and be like, I hope you find what you're looking for if it's not here when we leave here. And we just leave it at that. And we can work on being friends or not. We could be civil around each other.
And then she was like, we'll just be civil. And I'm like, God, Sally, just.
I mean, because I personally think she still has feelings.
Oh, 100%.
She 100%. Still has feelings. And that's fine if you do. And if you can't do nothing but be civil because you still got feelings, just say that. Like, as of right now, I'm not mature enough to handle all of this. So I'm just going to not talk to you. We maybe we can build up being friends at a later date, but right now I'm not mature enough to handle that. So I won't go out of my way not to talk to you, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to talk to you.
Yeah.
But
agreed. Well, that brings us to our challenge. I don't think it's called anything other than couples challenge.
It was a couples challenge.
We are pouring gross, disgusting water into our mouths and then spitting it into our partner's mouth. And then they have to spit it into the cup of the team that they want to target.
First of all, COVID is still real. I don't care what nobody's saying. I'm sure they all got checked. And I'm sure they're getting tested daily. I'm sure they're getting tested daily. They've been sequestered. All that stuff. But when you tell me you want me to put something in my mouth and then spit it out of my mouth into somebody else's mouth, and then they pour it into, I'm like, no, absolutely, no. I could not watch this challenge. I was literally gagging, and every time I was hearing it, and every time somebody else would go, I was like, oh, myself. I could not watch it. It's so gross. It's so disgusting. I was like, why are we doing that? I would have lost. I'd be like, put all the water in my cup because I'm not doing this. Well,
you know who else was hardcore struggling, Lana? Callum.
And Toby. and
Toby. I'm
just the boys were struggling more than the girls. They were just like, I can't do it. I was like, stop doing it.
I'm like, I don't need no.
But here we go. At the beginning, before the challenge started, once they got the challenge, Toby and Sally, Jack and Justine have a whole conversation like, we got each other's back. They making alliances. They like patting it up. They giving secret handshakes. All that was
like
stuff.
that was inferred based on the fact that Justine and Sally are best friends. Like that was regardless. It doesn't matter who they're coupled up with. They're going to be aligned.
Like, we best friends. You know better than that. And so they were like giving secret handshakes and all that stuff. We get to the challenge. And what does Toby do? He starts spitting himself straight away into Jack and Justine's cup.
Because allegedly, Jack was doing the same thing. Now, I went back and looked. I didn't see it.
Jack did not do that until Toby was doing it.
But here's the other thing with this challenge that I think is stupid. Why put the names on the sides of the rotating wheel instead of on top, right next to the cup? Because I feel like what this challenge ended up being, and I think this concept is fine. The concept was fine. I think the actual competition was fun, whatever. My difficulty becomes, it just ended up being, okay, who's getting targeted the most? We're going to target them down. And there were, I think in the first round, like Jess and Ray, I don't think they had anything in their cup. Because of the way that the thing was turning too. I needed this to be a lane competition.
Yes, they run to the lane.
They run to the lane, run down your lane, and then go into whatever cup you want. So that way there's a little bit more, like, instead of everyone battling to turn this one thing, it just ended up being, we're going to target one person down, and then whoever's mugs are just conveniently on either side of them are probably going to catch some smoke from this challenge.
I agree.
And that's kind of why we ended up with the outcome that we did. Just because it just ended up being kind of that way. But yeah, I was like, this challenge needed a bit of work. Was just my difficulty with it. So in between the challenge and the dumping, Lana, we have to talk about Liberty going to Steph and telling Steph that Megan and Callum kissed. And Steph is just like, I had no idea.
Did not know.
The whole time he's just like, I had no idea. So then that night he's getting all mad at
Callum.
He's
like, you could have told me, bro. You could just told me, like, we bros. You could just said something. Like, I don't care. You could just told me. And Callum was like, bro, this is Love Island. I kissed your girl. And guess what? I'm probably going to do it again.
Screamed. I screamed a scream I had never scrimped in my life. I love Callum. He might be my favorite guy. And I did not think that was going to be the case.
I was like, oop. Well, Callum.
I was like,
and he go do it again. And it's like, okay then.
Let's go to the dumping. So Maya comes in, everybody's looking beautiful, doing their thing, doing their whatever. And Maya announces that the power couple of the week is Imani and Johnny. Does not surprise me.
No.
And then it was Jess and Ray in second. We find out here from Maya as well that the bottom 3 teams in the challenge are going to be up for the dumping. And we find out that those 3 teams, and now I'm covering your face, are Justine and Jack, Lisa and Curtis, and Steph and Megan.
Mm-hmm.
So as the power couple, Imani and Johnny then get to pick one team or one couple that they want to save.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out after they save someone that amongst the other 4 Islanders, all of the other couples then have to vote for one Islander.
One.
To get eliminated.
Yep. I was like, oh.
That was a gag to me. I'm going to be honest. I was like, oh. Shit.
Oh.
All right then.
I was like, so you leaving somebody single? Oh.
All right. So Imani and Johnny go to talk, and it's very clear that Imani wants to save Justine and Jack, and Johnny wants to save Steph. And it doesn't really matter that Megan is also attached, but
he really wants to save Steph.
He wants to save Steph because that's his boy, which we had not seen.
We hadn't seen a lot of things because we did have a moment where Johnny and Ray apologized. Johnny apologized to Ray for picking Imani, and they had their little bro moment, and they, fixed it up. We've seen Toby and Jack having little bro moments, but we have not seen Johnny, Steph, and Ray bonding as much as they actually had.
Yeah.
And I was like, the editing is very off base if you're going to tell a story and you know what's going to happen. And if this person is getting dumped, you at least got to show their connections in the house to make the reactions make sense. But they did not show that. They did not show how close Johnny and Steph were and Ray were, because it was interesting. But Johnny really wanted to save Steph. He was like, Steph is my boy. And I think because Johnny also knew Justine very well, I don't think he wanted to put her at risk either. So I kind of figured it kind of just came down to, well, we both like Justine. We both want to keep Justine. So let's keep Justine, and then we'll hope that Steph stays.
Yeah. So
and I think they were relying on that.
Yeah. So they do save Justine and Jack.
Yay.
So between Lisa, Curtis, Steph, and Megan, each couple then has to vote for who they want to dump. And so we go around. We get Jess and Ray voting for Steph.
No. We get Justine and Jack.
We get Justine and Jack voting for Steph. Jess and Ray voted for Lisa.
Which
there's so much information.
Which shocked me because I'm like, Jess, wasn't you just up there hyping Lisa up just a second ago about Justine looking at Curtis and Justine talking to Curtis and I got your back, girl, and I will be pissed, girl, and this is the what, girl, and then the second you can kick her out, I vote for Lisa. We vote for Lisa. I was like, oh.
Well, obviously they weren't going to vote for Steph because Ray is super close to Steph. I thought they might have voted Megan.
I don't
or Curtis. Like, I don't know. That one kind of surprised me. But then we got Imani and Johnny voting for Lisa. And then Liberty and Callum voting for Steph.
Because they were not, because Callum wanted Steph gone for his chance with Megan, and Liberty
and strategically,
sure.
Well, they said strategically he's a big threat, and I would agree with that. Sure. So I'm interested to see moving forward, our eliminations going to be strategic, or our eliminations going to be based on, who's just not connecting and who doesn't have like relationships in the villa. So I'm really interested to see moving forward how that goes. But it comes down to Sally and Toby, and they vote for Steph.
Yep. Unfortunately, Steph is gone.
Steph is the first person voted out of Love Island Games.
Shocking.
I'm a little gagged by it.
I was shocked. I was like, oh.
I'm not all that upset.
No, not upset. Just shocked.
I think I would have been okay more with Lisa going, but that's
I kind of wanted Lisa going. I'm gonna be honest. I wanted Lisa going.
I don't think we're gonna have to worry about Lisa staying in the competition for all that long.
Me either, because I feel like her jealousy is going to seriously get on Curtis's nerves, and a bombshell coming in could easily turn his head.
Well, and we know that episode 5 we are getting a recoupling challenge.
Oh, well.
So that might be Curtis's opportunity if Curtis does better than Jack in the recoupling challenge. Because I'm going to assume because there's now less men than women that it'll be a male challenge.
Yes.
I don't know that to be sure.
I think that is facts.
But if that's the case, if Curtis does better than Jack in the challenge, I think Curtis takes that opportunity to get out of what he has with Lisa. Maybe snatch up Justine.
Maybe.
So
look here. I am all about I'm going to say this now, and you all can be upset or whatever. I am all about what makes Justine happy. And I am all about everybody who is trying to be with Justine and getting her good graces and want to work with Justine. So as long as you want to work with Justine, you are welcome to stay in the villa in my eyes. But the second you turn your back on Justine, you can go. So that is another reason why I want Lisa to go, because you had Justine's name in your mouth. And then you go pick Jack in that stupid game just to try to spite Justine, and he was not even interested in you. The look of girl bye that Jack gave her was insane, because she had to nibble on the ear of the Islander who she thought was hot, and she could go pick Jack just because Justine was talking to Curtis earlier, and Curtis kissed Justine in that same game.
And Imani in that same game.
And she was pissed because he could have picked me and he didn't. You know why? You see a pattern happening. You see a pattern of Curtis's choices. I think he likes the chocolate sisters.
The melanin, if you will.
The melanin is popping, and he just likes what he likes. Girlie, I'm sorry.
I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it, because Imani and Justine are dimes. They're 10 across the board, and I'm sorry that you can't compete where you can't compare, Lisa.
And Lana, I know you don't know who the next bombshell is. I am aware of who the next bombshell is. And it was in the... Did you not watch the trailer at the end of it?
I saw the preview. I know who it possibly is, and I'm excited about it. I
am so excited. Do you want me to just tell you who it is?
I think I know who it is.
I'm so fucking excited that Kira is on here.
That's what I said.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
Remember when I said I couldn't wait for... This was before we got on the air, or before we were talking the other day, and I was like, I can't wait till Kira comes on, because I saw the preview.
Because she's a little fluid.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Give me all the gay on Love Island. I'm here for it. All the gay in this straight world, period. But we did that in a cute little hour and some change, Lana. Look at us.
Because we said we would do that. We're cute that way, Logan. We know what we're doing here. We talked about 4 episodes in an hour and some time. So y'all know y'all want to come back and talk and listen to us talk again about Love Island from now until the next dumping.
Yes.
So we're here.
Yeah, there may not be a consistent day of the week that we're uploading our Love Island Games reviews. It's just going to be after each dumping. We're going to talk about it and upload it the day after we talk about it. So make sure you are subscribed with the notifications on, so you will know exactly when we are here talking about Love Island Games. But we want to thank you so much for joining us today for Love Island Games. Let us know in the comments, who are your favorites? Who are you excited to see? The whole cast has been revealed, so we do know who the other bombshells are. Mm-hmm. So let us know, who are you excited to see? Who would you have voted out in this dumping, and why is it Lisa? Are you as obsessed with Justine as we are? You should be. What do you think is going to come of Selly and Johnny? Nothing. Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Make sure to hit all the buttons that say you support us because we really appreciate your support. Make sure to follow us on our socials as well at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You could also follow both Lana and myself down in the description below. And while you're down there, get your merch, including but not limited to the Cup mug. And with all that being said, cheers, Lana.
Cheers, Logan. Bye, Islanders.
I don't know the theme song.